Sanwo almost denied second-term ticket will beg Tinubu. Stephen Adegbite, welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Bishop Stephen Adegbite, the Lagos State Chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, talks to Alexander Okiri, has revealed that Sanwo was almost denied second-term ticket, but the church in Lagos had to beg Tinubu for him to be retained as Lagos State Governor. They did this so as to ensure the balance of power between Christians and Muslims. Between Christians and Muslims in Lagos, because Muslims have ruled Lagos State for 15 years. After 4 years of Ambody, he was removed and not given the opportunity to rule for the second term. Babajide Sanwo won the election. He, Sanwo, nevertheless kept not being allowed to go for a second term, but a church in Lagos also stood and approached Tinubu that he should be allowed because Muslims have ruled Lagos State for 15 years. So Christians should continue at least for another 4 years, and he, Tinubu, agreed, and that is why Sanwo is contesting again. My people, in a democratic system of government, before we go further, let us tell ourselves the truth. Democracy means a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Not a government for the leaders or for the cabals. It says a government for the people, by the people, and for the people. Which means anything that is short of this is not democracy. Which means anything that is short of this is not democracy. You know, I don't know in Lagos, what is going on in Lagos is actually godfatherism. And, you know, I've never ever thought of this reason as being what people should not even, this should be the reason why people will say, oh, I'm not voting for Tinubu because he did this. Yes. Now, how are we sure that if you give this man your mandate, he is not going to turn Nigeria to his personal property? Yes, for goodness sake, it's happening in Lagos. It's commercial city as big as Lagos. It's facing such. So how are we sure it's not going to continue? I don't know. Is it supposed to be so? So the people go queue for line. You understand? They queue and they want to communicate. They want this person to be their governor. They just waste their time. This is not right too. Maybe so it's supposed to be. This is not normal at all. The Gaussians. This is not normal at all at all. You beg Tinubu as God or as Lagos owner. Okay. When we said that, people do not understand. Tinubu was Lagos State and should not be allowed to enter Asorok as president. He would deal with Nigerians. If that man becomes the president of Nigeria, there will not be election again in Nigeria. It will be selection. And it is not supposed to be so. Like I said, democracy is supposed to be a thing of everybody come decide. Everybody getting your own choice and your own decision. So coming to take away that from the people, any other thing we are doing is no longer democracy. Because Tinubu is the Lagos kingmaker, his shame is around the corner. He should be expressing it sooner than later. Like, I don't even understand the logic behind people go queue. First of all, people will queue for voters card. They will announce, oh, you can go and register if you don't have voters card, and you leave your business. You leave your work. You create out time. You go and stand in the queue. You stand in the queue for days. Sometimes you even use your money for voters card. You understand? They even still charge you. You don't even want to go there. So you to get a voters card. They'll get it. They'll do it. If you have plenty of money, they'll do it for you express. But if you don't have, you're going to stay in the queue for 2 weeks. If care is not taking 1 month. And then after going through all the stress, you now get your voters card. Then, you can't carry and do waiting. You carry and go vote for election. Let's say you reside in Lagos. And after voting in election, the cabals ruling Lagos State are now coming out to tell you that the vote won't count. That's wickedness. That is very preposterous. First of all, it means you don't read these people now. You don't read them at all. And it's certainly not good. This comment is neither in favor of Tinubu nor Adegbite, since the event described during the piece Tinubu as a tyrant and Adegbite as a charlatan beggar and slave to Tinubu. You are right. Certain revelation need not to be made public, otherwise he shoots himself in the foot, just as Adegbite have succeeded in doing to himself and Tinubu. I don't think Adegbite have ever come out to say anything against Tinubu. I mean, the last one I heard from him was that, God will punish them. That's what he said, though, if they do not support Tinubu. That was so. Somebody don't come outside and talk like that. What exactly are you expecting? What do you expect? He gave him because of his presidential ambition. He wanted to give his son, but he quickly changed so that people will not use it to nail him. Okay. Is Tinubu the owner of Lagos? That he'll be deciding who will rule anything that has beginning also as ending. This is what the Great Platform does. Great platform for people and let them strive on it to become whoever and whatever in life. Could Sanwo have become a governor in his lifetime? What political structures do he have to become a governor in Lagos? This is what platform does to those who have it. Well, I don't agree with you here. Now, let me say this. Now. I beg. Platform, this person said now. Is it supposed to? That is when you get to office, when these people get to office, they don't get to do what they're supposed to. They do what their godfather, or should I say their slave master, asks them to do. That is what it means now. To me, that is what this thing means. Makes sense. Let's say you have one of your child or you have children and you do not allow them to make mistakes. You are always the one making decisions for themselves. You have never allowed them to taste what failure looks like. Until the day when they go taste them, you go almost land them for hospital. You understand them? Then go beat themselves up so much. If you allow your child, you hand them over everything. As in, he's handing out power in Lagos now. He's handing out power to people who he wants. You understand? So that they're going to do his bidding. It go backfire. Yes, he owns Lagos because Lagosians are slaves to him, who sell their rice for bread and butter, what they sell from people that are ruled by thugs and hoodlums. All right, is it not a shame that you people are begging Tinubu to decide who will govern you? This is why I love the Southeast people. You cannot lord yourself over an Igbo man. So Tinubu will decide who is to be governor and who does not be. It's a pity. That is why Igbos do not have leaders to unite them, and it is difficult for them to be president in Nigeria. A region that do not have leader, how can they be president? Everybody wants to be a leader, no respect for each other. I don't think so. Democracy is a government by the people, of the people, and for the people. Anything short of this is democracy and should not be permitted to continue in whatever part of the country. All right.